the Questionnaires podcast, where each week we source the best questions from the internet and try to provide the best advice from
Who picks up seeing eye dogs poo?
2.
Would a line of dominoes eventually lose their energy to push over the next domino?
We're here to prove that every question deserves an answer. Joining me this week, as always, is Marcus.
Hello, Tom.
And breaking my brain with that one was Damien.
Hi, howdy, Tom.
It's like, how much would a woodchuck chuck? What was it? If a domino can you just break it down?
So the idea is if you, let's say you lined up 1 million dominoes,
Yep.
at some point, would one of the dominoes lose steam, or would all dominoes eventually go down?
All dominoes
I would
must
imagine
fall.
all dominoes will go down. Like, you've seen those big eccentric ones.
But I guess the idea is that every domino would hold its own, its own
Force.
power, its
Right.
own force, right?
Same
So once it gets
G-force,
knocked, it's
yeah.
just going to keep
Yeah,
going.
that's
I
it.
don't know if it's G-force.
It's G-spot force.
It's not traveling that fast.
One of them hits it and explodes.
Actually launched through my chest. It's like a bullet.
I reckon
We're definitely out of our element discussing,
Yeah, we have
this.
3 weeks off. We start becoming a physics podcast. We talk about
Surprise, guys. That's we're rebranding in those 3 weeks.
lack of knowledge of all things physics.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had a couple of weeks off. We've just, Melbourne's been in a lockdown. We just we would have had to go back to the
online.
Online.
The online recording, which, look, it's a lot more work.
It's fatiguing.
It's fatiguing. I
Yeah.
think we all decided we needed a little bit of a break as well. Like it's fatiguing. So
Yeah.
we just thought, let's just relax, get our minds recouped from this bloody lockdown again.
Yeah.
And now we're back in
And then
person.
try and tackle physics as soon as we get back to the podcast.
Yeah. We used all our brain power in that first 5 minutes.
We solved cold fusion, guys. We did cold fusion.
And the Cold War.
Yeah. Damien, how you going?
Tom,
Yeah.
thanks for asking, by the way.
Yeah.
Marcus, so you haven't asked me how I am, but anyway, we'll move on.
And he's not
I don't
going
care.
to.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Don't plan on it.
The 3 weeks are a holiday from you, so
Yeah.
I'm wrapped
Perfect,
about that.
Perfect.
No, even though we're in the middle of winter, I'm hot and I'm bothered, Tom.
Oh, jeez, what happened?
Excuse my language, I'm a bit cheesed as well.
Oh, no.
just-
Well, I'll
Cheesed.
bleep that.
You're cheesed off.
I better
Yeah.
bleep that.
Please don't repeat it. It's not a nice word. No, because we were booked in for 11:30 today to do our podcast.
Yeah.
I got here a bit late.
Yep.
But I have a good reason.
Okay.
I feel like I need to explain this to
I
you guys.
didn't even call you out, but
You
okay,
did
if you feel like you
didn't,
need to.
and I appreciate it, but I think transparency is the best policy, right?
Yeah, of course.
I don't think that's the saying, but
Yeah.
it's okay. So last night I went out to dinner with Marcus. Actually, it was very nice.
Yeah.
But on the way home, my radio, my center console on my car died. Right. So
died. Like it
The
just
whole center console.
it's just it completely everything cut
It's
off.
like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
and the car thankfully was kept going, but the radio and stuff just all died.
Right.
But did your
The lights and the
speedometer?
air
and all
No, that was fine.
Okay.
So I guess it's separate computers or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into
The
stuff like that.
automotive podcast now.
We're using all our brain
Physics
power right
Once
now.
again, overreaching.
Yeah.
So today, I didn't realize that last night, but today, as I was driving to your house. So when that part of the car died, it also has the heater, the aircon and stuff. When that died last night, it was I had the heat full blast with the demisters on, so it was just pouring out heat.
Right.
Got into the car today, didn't notice initially, and realized that when it's died, for some reason, it's locked in place, the heater at full blast.
Oh, wow.
So I cannot do anything to turn the heater off.
That's
in
why
the
you're
car.
hot and bothered.
So about 5 minutes into the drive, I'm like, the sun's out, but it's off. I'm sweating. What is going on right
It is
now?
like-
Wait,
winter.
did you realize it was on though? Like,
Did you hear it?
I didn't really notice because I had a podcast on.
Right.
And
So
I
the
was
radio
like-
works there? So the radio works again?
No, this is from my phone. I just
yeah,
had it out
yeah,
loud
yeah.
on the loudspeaker.
Uh-huh.
And then I put my hand out and felt the heat. I'm like, oh my God, I'm driving the Holden sauna right now. I am dying. So throughout the drive, it was just getting hotter and hotter.
Yeah.
I was schwitzing.
Yeah.
Got into the freeway and I was like, I need to open the windows. But I tried it and you're getting blasted by hot air and cold air. I'm
Yeah.
getting ass blasted by both temperatures. I'm like, I can't,
Comments are coming for me.
I can't do this. And in my manic state of trying to find a way to make myself feel better, missed the exit to go to your house and went straight past it.
No.
So I was like, I have another 10 minutes in this
Oh,
sauna.
boy.
I'm dying.
You gotta wear a towel when you go, when you drive now. Just
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
towel around your waist.
So I know that's waiting for me once we finish the podcast. I have to get back
so
into
you couldn't
It's
actually.
all electric. Is it electric buttons to turn it up and
Yeah,
down?
it's all.
It's
So
not like you can manually dial it.
I'm locked in. I have
Far
to get back into the Holden sauna on the way home and just cop it.
Well, I can give you like an ice pack before you leave if you like. Just strap it to your chest.
You sit on your butt, like just put it on your seat.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. I got into the car with an iced coffee. By the time I got to my house, it was an extra hot latte.
It was steaming hot.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm hot and bothered. But look, hopefully we can give some cool advice out and and just chill me out a bit.
Some chill advice.
That's a good point. Marcus, you're doing all right though?
I'm doing all right.
That's all
I'm living the dream.
Let's jump into the
happy
show.
for you.
Yeah. My temperature is perfect.
My temperature is leveled.
I'm on the level.
That's it.
Well, let's jump into some cool advice then. We're going to provide some advice to people that we find from questions that we find, on the internet. It's what we do each and every week. We find a question, try to provide advice and help them on their way. That's how the show works. The other thing that we do is we choose a theme for each week to name the question asker, and it's Marcus's theme.
Yeah, it's my turn this week. It's
what is it
this week?
Favorite temperatures?
Sort of. No, well, this week is actually the week of the winter solstice. Yeah?
Oh, is it?
Yes, the winter solstice.
Thank God.
The 20th of June around there.
Damien, it's going to start getting warmer eventually.
Yeah.
You better TikTok to fix that heater.
So the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year.
Yeah.
It usually happens around now. So I wanted to name our question askers just after short people.
That is the biggest stretch I have ever heard.
Winter solstice. I'm like, okay, cool,
Yep,
nice.
cool.
What then? Cold climates.
He's going scientific. No, short people. I just want short people. Actors, people with history. I don't really
boy.
care.
What?
I just want short.
Yeah, right.
That is in the 5 years of this podcast, that is the longest bow I've ever seen you draw. Where is the connection?
Look, we've had 3 weeks off, all right? And I've been thinking about it for
I
all
think we
20
need
minutes.
another 3 weeks off because what was that?
I said, I can think of a theme if you need a backup. Mike's like, no, I got this.
I got this, guys.
Completely fine.
I'm happy with this. I want short people.
Oh, God, take it easy, M. Night Shyamalan, with that twist.
Short days of the year, short people, because we are people.
Okay, I mean, look, you got there. You got there.
And I'm going to go first.
I mean, by all means.
And this one's going to come from Danny DeVito.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty short.
He's pretty short. All right, Danny writes in. My parents have locked me in my bedroom as a punishment for drinking alcohol.
And he's too short to reach the door handle. He can't open it.
He can't open it, yeah. Last weekend, I came home drunk. My parents went mad as I am only 15. They said that drinking underage is very dangerous. They said that if they caught me again drinking, they would not have no option but to lock me up. I said, I don't do lockups, so piss off. Last night,
Jeez.
I came home. Daddy's got some sass.
Yeah.
Last night, I came home drunk and had a row with my mum and told her to go to hell. My parents then escorted me to my room, took everything out, such as my TV, phone, PC, and all of that stuff, then locked my bedroom door with a key and said I will stay locked in until Monday morning, when only then I can be free to go to school.
Wow.
Is this punishment fair? Danny DeVito. And Saturday night, I think, is when she came home drunk.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about
What?
essentially like locking your kid in like a little dungeon to...
Yeah.
Dungeon's a bedroom, but
Well, you know what I mean.
she's got a bed.
So they've locked the door.
They've locked the door with a key.
And
But
they
they
can't
took
get
away-
out.
Yes.
Can't
Is
get
that
out.
not like, okay, so I have this thing about like, my office at work used to be very like unsafe as far as like you could, if you locked the door from the outside and you closed the door behind you and you didn't have a key, you were locked in.
Ooh.
Like there's no
latch on the inside.
latch on the inside to
Right.
unlock it, right?
Mm.
So like that to me is a massive fire hazard.
Yeah.
And also like the windows have like crim mesh on it, so I couldn't even break a window to get out of that office if I had to. It was a huge problem.
And
Yeah.
for some reason, the walls are painted with lead as
Yeah,
well. It's
yeah,
really
exactly.
weird.
We're going to make you go crazy.
And then the
there.
glass is bulletproof and everything. So like that's pretty bad. But in a house though, that's a completely different story.
Yeah. The problem I have with this punishment is what if she needs to go to the toilet?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I think
if you
that would
look
let
in
him
for-
out for the toilet. Do you know what it is, though? They've essentially put them in a jail cell.
Yeah.
Because they took away all the amenities. They only have a bed.
Yeah.
I mean, not that a PlayStation's an amenity, but you know what I mean? Like, they've taken away all the fun stuff.
Do your homework.
yeah.
I still think you can send the message of grounding your kid without, like, physically locking them in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like grabbing the TV and everything out of her room, putting that locked away,
Yeah.
and say you can go anywhere in the house,
Yes.
but that's your fun
But-
gone.
Yeah.
The power of, you can say, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do this.
Mm.
What happens when they just go, no?
Well, that's what they've locked
You
in the
have
room.
to take the things away from them because
Right.
it's only your word to be like, no, I said no TV, and they're going to be like, okay, what are you going to do? You're going to physically restrain me? You need to probably, it's safer to, it's better to remove them than have to you don't want to strap them down or
Yeah, you
tie
don't
them
wanna
up.
strap-
That's even worse.
And giving the kids response of being like, what do you say? Piss off
Piss
to
off,
his
yeah.
parents?
piss
I
off,
don't
yeah.
do that.
I feel like this child's actions to their parents, they deserve punishment.
Right. Yes.
Maybe not this necessarily punishment, but they said don't drink. That was when they found out they were drinking underage. All they said was don't drink, and if you do it again, you will be punished.
Once they're 15, that's a baby.
Yeah.
That's a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, you're under their household. You're
Under their
underage
rules.
as well. I think it's one of those things to be like, you got to play by the rules.
Yeah,
my friend.
exactly. You got to play by some sort
It's
of
the
rules.
law as well.
And you look, worst case scenario, you got caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get caught 2 weeks in a row?
I know, right? Fucking
how
rookie.
arrogant
It's
are
because
you?
he's 15.
Yeah,
That's
right. He doesn't have that
they're-
frontal lobe developed, Marcus. all
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Once again, Tom, we're overreaching into biology now.
We're going to tackle all the sciences.
All sides. But my question I want to ask you guys is, what was the worst punishment you received as a child? Now, it doesn't need to necessarily be for drinking, but just a worst punishment that sticks in your head, like maybe not the worst.
I feel
but-
like the three of us are pretty good. We would
I-
have been good kids.
I remember a punishment
Relatively
that you
good-
received. I remember a punishment that I received.
Do you remember a punishment I received?
It was a punishment. It wasn't a bad
Was it
punishment.
like I'm not allowed to go outside?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
But do you remember why?
Oh no!
Your brother did something that made you and your brother get stuck. Do you remember? We were young.
Oh, what did he do? Is that
He
that guy we killed?
He threw the corn, the little nut thing.
Oh, I threw
You
it. And
tell
I hit
the story.
Okay, that's right. We were having like a warfare in the street, and there were these trees that had these what do we called them? Shinobi bombs. I
Shinobi
think.
bombs, yeah.
we called them shinobi
We
bombs.
thought you were ninjas.
Yeah.
Oh, ninjas was like the aesthetic.
Three
for
ninjas.
90s,
Yeah,
right?
we're three ninjas.
We
You
were
know?
three ninjas, right?
90s was a good time for ninjas.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they're cultural relevance.
Yeah. 90s was a good time. But we were throwing these they're like spiky.
acorns,
They're like
so-
spiky.
I know what you're talking about.
Probably like a little bit smaller than your fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spiky things. We were throwing them across the street at like the our other neighbor.
Hang on, they're like kind of brownish.
They're brown, yeah.
But yeah, we called them itchy bombs.
Itchy bombs is a
Because
good
if
one.
you
That's another.
scratch someone's arm with them, they
Yeah.
get itchy immediately.
Oh right.
It's okay.
Well, I did a perfect lob of one in the air, and
I've never seen this lob go
Ooh, dude.
amazing.
It
It was our friend was running around like in
yeah.
zigzags.
He was trying to like the sniper evading method, right?
And all Tom did was just loop it up in the air. Like,
Yeah.
this won't hit him
Bang on the head.
on the head.
And he died
Yeah,
immediately.
that's it.
We don't speak of him again.
Yeah. So, and I did get grounded for that, didn't I? It was like a no play outside thing. We're all
for a few
neighbors,
weeks.
we're all friends, but
But for how long?
I don't know how long. It might have been like 2 weeks.
I think it was 2 weeks because it was over school holidays
Yeah.
and it was like the worst time.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, Tom, if you're going to get punished, don't get punished
Yeah.
over the school holidays.
Yeah, exactly. That's that playtime. That's like prime
That's-
playtime
That's punishment for me too.
taken away from me.
This didn't
My
happen.
childhood's gone.
This didn't happen to me, but Tom's story reminded me of just like the perfect. It's almost like a beautiful accident
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you took your mate out, but also it was
Yeah.
kind of bad. 'cause
Yeah,
you,
right.
you domed him.
Yeah.
You got rid of his frontal lobe. Tom.
right. He's gone now.
Freestyler right on the top of his dome.
Yeah. I was once with my older brother, and there's this little turd of a kid in our street. He was
Yeah.
He was my brother's age at the time.
Yep.
And he used to ride an
Probably still is your brother's age.
Well, he died that day as well. So
those turds don't age, right? Turds are timeless.
Don't age.
No, they don't age. But he was one of these kids like another peak thing of the 90s was kids riding their bikes around all the time. I don't know if young kids do that as much now.
I don't know. You know what they do now?
I ride my bike.
You know what they do
No.
now? Because I run around this suburb a lot. So many kids have like mountain bikes with like lawnmower motors put on them.
Oh.
And so they sort of have like they're like a motorbike as as it would seem.
Yeah.
But they don't go very fast.
Right.
But they're
Right.
very fucking loud. So they're like, "Bah!" And then I look and it's just some guy like going really, really slow because the motor's not enough. And I saw a kid on one and he stopped and there was like a motorbike, a lawnmower like left on the side of the street and he's like, oh, yeah, have a look at that motor. Like
Yeah.
he was like scoping out some hard rubbish because there was a lawnmower
Right.
there. So yeah,
So
kids
you
are
don't have to pedal, it just kind of pushes you along
you
if
still need to pedal though. It's not
Okay.
enough power to get you up a hill.
Yeah, I think it's you pedal until you get enough speed.
And then the
just-
lawnmower takes you
Probably let you drift
lawnmower
like-
take the wheel.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this kid didn't have a lawnmower engine,
Yeah.
but he was annoying, and he'd kind of ride past us, and he'd make comments to me and my brothers and stuff, and kind of like the street bully, I guess,
Yeah.
in a way.
The O'Doyle.
Yeah, and I remember once he rode past, and my brother was like, "I'm going to hit him with this ball."
Yep.
Kicked the ball, and it somehow, instead of hitting him in between his two tires, the ball lodged perfectly under the two tires and